Frankenstein tea.
Frankenstein tea.
Welcome to Frankenstein tea.
Welcome to Frankenstein tea.
We have tea. You asked me what kind of tea I'm having. What kind of tea am I having? I think it's lemon herbal.
There's only one way to find out. You have to taste.
Okay, we gotta sip it. It's very hot though. We just boiled the water. Hot.
Lemon herbal.
Lemon, delicious.
Yeah. I've got
what do you have?
Morning Thunder,
Ooh.
which is black tea and mate, roasted mate.
Yeah, for a little jolt to get you through the rest of the afternoon.
Exactly, Friday.
Woo! Yeah, Friday. I'll tell you. Welcome to Frankenstein Tea. This is a weekly program, podcast that we produce here at the Aldrich Public Library. I am Kristen. I am the director of the Aldrich.
I'm Ian Gothier. I'm the children's librarian here at the Aldrich Public Library.
And we often read aloud. Sometimes we go outside. We were talking today about how we have to get outside and show some more berry sights.
When it stops snowing.
Yeah, or when it's snowing, but we're not coming tomorrow. What else do? We do a little mental health check-in that we'll get to in a little bit, and we give updates.
Yeah.
And today we're going to do some updates.
We've got tons of updates.
There's
a lot going on at the library.
I just said, did you see how busy we are down there? There are people in this building. If you haven't come in to visit us in a while, come in. We have a lot of fun things going on.
Well, I think probably there are a lot of people in to get books because tomorrow they know that the snow's coming.
It's like the supermarket down
exactly.
there. It really is. It's a little bit of a frenzy for the new releases.
That's good to know though, because we're vital.
We're vital.
Books are vital. Books are vital.
We love that.
I love it.
We love it. So I have a pile of things to announce. Want me to start with something?
Why don't you start with something?
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go back and forth.
Okay. I'm going to start with yoga for kids.
Yoga. We had the first one just this past week.
We had the first one this past week. I thought it went really
well.
It
went really well.
Yesterday, we had it on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday?
It was Tuesday. Yeah.
Okay. And today's Friday.
Yes.
So, I think it was Wednesday, maybe Thursday. No, I think it was Wednesday. I walked around and I thought, what's going on with my back? What's going on? Did I thought, oh God, is that where your kidneys are? Is that where your appendix is? What's going on with my back? And then I was remembering.
It's where your muscles are.
Kid yoga. That's what's going on with my back. Hadn't done yoga in a while, so that was what was going on. But kid yoga is a lot of fun. It is friendly movements for kids 3 to 5 years old or anybody else in the household.
Yep.
Can totally modify it for if you need to sit in a chair, grandparents, older kids, and we modify it to the room. I told people when we started on Tuesday, this was a program that I got trained in. I think my kid was 3 or 4 and he's now 20. So I've been doing it a long time and it's really become my own program. I definitely echo and pay respect to the person I got trained by, but I've definitely morphed it too. So it's
made
really,
it your own.
Yeah, made it my own. So it's really fun. It's usually on Tuesday mornings. This next week coming up, it'll be on Monday morning at 10:30. Ian and I are going to switch. She's going to go to a training.
Tuesday. Yeah, I have a training with Vermont Early Learning Initiative.
Oh, cool.
Yes, out in Lake Maury. And so we're going to be doing a whole bunch of stuff for children's programming. Yeah.
That's great. So he'll be there Monday. I'll be at story time doing yoga. He'll come back Tuesday. He'll be at yoga time doing story time.
Yes, so Tuesday will be our Easter story time. And we'll also have a special Easter story time on that Saturday, Easter Saturday morning. So I believe 11 o'clock is when they're going to be having the Easter egg hunt downtown. I think that's Rotary Park, where they're having the Easter egg hunt. So we'll have our Easter story time between 10 and 11. We'll read a book, we'll sing some songs, we'll make an Easter craft, and then you can all run off to the Easter egg hunt.
Excellent.
Speaking of which...
Yeah, you got an Easter egg?
I found an Easter egg. How about that? This is like...
At the library?
This is the Easter egg of Frankenstein tea.
So this is a project, a little fun program. They're joke eggs. We're going to hide them throughout the building.
It says joke egg, open me.
Now open yours. No joke. We haven't gotten there yet.
Well, what do you call a joke about eggs? A wisecrack.
This is kind of fun we're going to have. Look, mine has a joke.
Yours actually has a joke. Oh,
I like a wisecrack, though. We got to write that one down. This says, why do you never iron a 4-leaf clover?
Why do you never iron a 4-leaf clover?
You don't want to press your luck.
Ah! That was a good one for St. Patrick's Day.
That was. So they'll be around. Come look for them. They're fun. Take a picture with them. Tell a joke to a librarian or to a friend,
and
whoever you're with.
I was thinking I might have to offer some prizes to kids, for the
know.
largest number of jokes and have them all write them out.
Oh, something. I like that.
That could be fun. I'll think on that. See if I can come up with a good
Monday
prize.
at your programming workshops, you'll brew something
I'll
or
brew
share this.
Yeah, there we go.
Or
That's a
share
great
this.
idea. Yeah.
Yeah. So the joke egg.
The joke.
They're around.
Maybe it'll be a joke prize. I don't know.
Or a yolk.
A yolk. There we go.
Could be a yolk prize.
A yolk prize.
Friday afternoon. All right, let's see. What else do I have? Last night I had book club. Mm-hmm. You had Steam.
I was mulling over the prize thing, and
we're still on the prize?
If you open up the egg and there's no chick in it, maybe it's a cheap prize. Cheap. That was stretching it a little bit.
Yeah, not too much. We're going to write those down. We're going to get them in eggs. They're going to be around. Have fun with your kids. Come on in and find some eggs. So I had book club.
Yep.
It was great. My book club is growing, and I know people are reading the book and potentially not coming to discussion. Come to discussion. It's been a really nice group. We're growing in numbers. We had a great time last night. We read last night at the Telegraph Club, which is the Vermont Reads Humanity Council. Everybody across Vermont read this book. It was really good. We watched the author wrote this book and launched it during COVID.
Right.
So she had that virtual COVID book launch, and we watched that, and that was fun.
Did some interesting things come up in the discussion?
Yeah. Really good stuff. A lot of they're good readers. There was good points. There was good sharing. There's a lot of respect in that room. It's why we read books.
Yeah.
It's a real pure example of reading a book and having new territory to navigate. Personally, there were people who were navigating new territory in their personal lives that related to the book and why they read the book and why they came.
Yeah.
Was because they're experiencing this. In some ways, and then together as a group, to navigate it, and to be together, and to do that in a healthy way,
And it takes place in the 1950s, correct?
Yes.
During the Red Scare,
San Francisco.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a young girl. It is a teen book, right? YA, yep, young adult. And some things that she experiences. And what the author did in her little video clip was talk about her inspirations, which were newspapers from the 1950s, things about clubs in San Francisco and during that time. And
it must have been a lot of fun to research.
It was. She had all these cool pictures and newspaper clippings that she was sharing on the screen. Yeah, it was great.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it was good. So we picked another book. We didn't pick a date yet, but it'll be in about a month. And the next book is, now I said Circe.
Oh, Circe, yeah,
Circe.
Sure.
Did you read Circe?
No, but I'm very familiar with the author. Yeah, she's fantastic.
Madeline Miller.
Yeah.
And so what is it? Circe?
It's based on the Greek mythological figure.
Yes.
Circe, I think.
Circe.
Yeah.
I always get that a little wrong.
The Odyssey. Yeah.
From the Odyssey, yeah. Great story. Great book. We're going to get some copies in for people to borrow. But I have to say, and remember, we're the librarians, but I would say you could buy this book and you will pass it on to someone.
Yeah.
It's that kind of really good book. You're going to want one of your friends or your family members to read it. You will pass this book on. It's well worth an investment, although we will have some to borrow here.
And the great irony is that the book talk is going to be during the third week of April, or yeah. That's is that the week of April break?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. So you know what our theme is for April break?
What?
Greek mythology.
No way.
Yes.
And we picked that book?
And you picked that book.
Oh,
but
the synergy in this place is
synergy.
Really,
we didn't even talk about that.
No, we did not.
But it's in the zeitgeist right now because of Percy Jackson. And I've had so many kids coming up to me and up to Rain and asking for books about Greek mythology. So that's why we chose it.
That's
so
great.
how about that? The adults will be reading books about Greek mythology too.
We will. We're going to have, oh boy, the next thing I know, I'm going to come in here, everybody's going to have Greek somethings on, masks, and we're going to be...
There'll be like a Greek chorus.
We're going to have it going on. I can feel this coming. Because that's how we roll here. So that's great.
Yeah, it'll be all fun.
Greek theme. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we can have Greek food or something.
Maybe.
We'll have a party. We'll develop that. We'll be back to you on the details.
We'll workshop it.
Yeah, we'll workshop that. But it will be Circe, I think. Circe. I never do that one. Yeah. Madeline Miller. She also wrote Song of Achilles, and I think she's working on a third
about the
one.
Iliad,
Yeah. She's an unbelievable writer.
Yeah.
It is unbelievable that she can take those myths and make them so accessible, so tangible, so current, so easy to read, so exciting, and you want to read it. It is not like homework at all.
Right.
There is no homework in this. Kind of like Percy Jackson.
Really? Oh, sure. Yeah.
Sort of that same
Inspiring
thing. Yeah.
A love of Greek mythology, interest in Greek mythology. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah. See, kids are watching the show. They're reading the book, reading the graphic novel, and then that kind of sparks that interest in the mythology. And they've been just coming in for like books about Greek gods and goddesses and myths.
Yeah. Well, Madeline Miller writes about them all. She knows them all so well. She describes it's really a great read. It's a great romp. Now, we've been reading some heavy stuff in book club, so this is a fictional romp for sure. But it is Greek mythology. It's not like it's light.
No. I was just about to say that.
Yeah, it's not like it's all happy times.
No, indeed.
No, but it's really a great read. So we'll announce that date. It'll be during Greek Week.
Yes.
And that's going on. What else you got?
Cool. All right.
Well, so I was doing book club, and you were doing.
Yes, Full Steam Ahead.
Yeah.
Yes. So I guess next we'll talk about the Eclipse, which is coming up. So we had a Solar Science Full Steam Ahead. That's our after-school science program for 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. So we had a solar science program, and the kids made these.
So great.
Wait, a cereal box? But it has a hole there for you to look into, and then we have a second hole which we covered up with aluminum foil, and then put just a little tiny hole with a push pin, through the aluminum foil. And there's a little bit of paper in the back, and the whole purpose of this is that kids can safely watch the eclipse, and they're actually going to be having the sun at their back. They're going to put this over their shoulder, and they look through that hole, and the sunlight actually goes through the pinhole, and it's projected onto the back of the box, which is covered by white paper. It's basically a projector screen. And we actually, this was a really fun program because not only were we talking about solar science, but we're also talking about anatomy. We were all talking about our eyes, because basically a pinhole camera is an eye.
Right.
You don't have a lens. So the light is just going in through that little hole, and the projector in the back of the box is basically your retina. And we talked about how that's what you don't want to get damaged if you look right at the sun.
Oh my gosh! So, anatomy lessons in the Milne room.
Absolutely, and we had our little projector screen that we could bring down, as like a little show and tell. So, so the kids will be able to use this to watch the eclipse inside the box safely because the sun will be at their back. And I had the kids repeat 3 times. I told them to repeat it 1,000 more times. I will not look directly at the sun. Correct. Whether it's during the eclipse or not during the eclipse. Anytime, that's right. Yeah, because it will permanently damage your retina. There's nothing you can do.
I had to tell my 20-year-old that.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't know that.
Wow.
He didn't know that. Yeah. I was like, how'd you miss that? Yeah, we don't look at the sun.
Yeah.
He didn't know that. But are you going to make these at... Eclipse Day as well?
Yep. We'll get some cereal boxes, and we'll be making those as well before the eclipse. But you actually don't even need to make one of these out of a box. It took us about maybe 30 minutes or so to
Could be a
make
good
it.
snowy day project.
Could be, yeah. But you don't even need to make this in order to actually watch the sun through a pinhole camera. Really, all you need is a piece of paper and then a second piece of paper with a little pinhole, and you can hold it up, and once again, you're not looking at the sun. The sun is actually pointing down at the pinhole, and then you can watch it projected on the paper down below you.
Wow.
And the aluminum foil is actually just to allow you to control the size of the hole, because the smaller the pinhole, the better your image is going to be.
Got it.
Yeah.
So are you saying just like two pieces of paper, just hold them separately? Just like this?
Yeah. And the fun thing about that is that you can shift the paper around, and that allows you to kind of focus the image a little bit.
Cool.
Yeah,
so this one, the top one gets the pinhole.
You got it.
This one is full. And this becomes the screen.
It becomes the screen, your
the
projector.
Retina.
The retina, yes, love it.
Wow, anatomy here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So it's an easy way. You don't even need to make one of these. But these are really fancy, and they're fun for kids, and they can decorate them.
Yeah.
So.
And if you're sitting home watching this and upset that you missed Full Steam Ahead last night, there's your trick.
There's your trick.
There's your project. Do it tomorrow or come on Eclipse Day.
On Eclipse Day, yeah. So the Eclipse Day. I love that you're calling it Eclipse Day. Yeah, it's it's a holiday. Yeah. So it is kind of. The kids are going to be.
In
Vermont, a half holiday.
It is. Yeah, I know.
So it's Monday, April 8th, 2024, and so the times that I have here are approximate. Because they're for the state of Vermont. So depending on where you are in the state, it's going to be a little bit different. So it's partial eclipse is going to begin about 2:14 p.m. and the total will begin about 3:26 p.m. And depending on where you are in the state, it could last anywhere from 30 seconds up to 3 minutes. So I think
we're about 3:12 p.m.
We might be, yeah.
Well, we did that meeting.
That's right.
And we've done some work on this.
So it might be 3:12.
I think we're about 3:12.
And I think it's maybe about 30 seconds or 40 seconds of full here.
Okay.
So, and then it'll end about 3:30 or so, and partial will end about 4:30. So really,
we have a long time.
There's a nice long time, yeah. So, but you want to make sure that you are not looking directly at the sun, and you're not looking at the sun through binoculars or a camera or a telescope. In fact, that will make it even more dangerous.
Yeah, very bad.
Unless you have a special filter on your binoculars or telescope, and we may possibly have some of those here.
We might.
Yeah,
that's correct.
Vermont Department of Libraries might bring down some special equipment for us. However, we do have some special equipment for you here. So you can't use regular sunglasses or smoked glass. Those are also dangerous. But we have the special Eclipse glasses. So we have glasses here at the library. Berry Partnership will also have glasses at their event. And these will allow you to look at the eclipse safely. And you want to be very careful when you store these. Once you pick them up, don't bend them. Store them flat because you don't want any creases, any tears, and you can test them before you actually look at the sun with them. You can hold them up to a light and just make sure that there are no little pieces of light that shine through at all, and that way you know it's completely safe. So definitely do that, and definitely make sure it's from a reputable source. We'll post some information next week about that. So, but next week, Monday the 25th, is the day that we are going to be opening up the floodgates. We will have a reservation form that you can find on our website and on our Facebook page. And if you go on there and put in your information, you will be guaranteed of getting glasses. We are giving glasses 1 per 2 people. So we ask how many people you have in your household, in your family. Yep. So if you have 4 people in your family, you will get 2 pieces or 2 glasses, 2 Eclipse glasses, 1 for each 2 people to share.
15 seconds each.
Yeah, there you go. 15 seconds
on the
each.
30 seconds of the total eclipse. No,
Well,
that's
yeah.
when you take them off.
But yeah, that's actually when you take them off.
That's when you
because
take the glasses off.
during totality, you can take the glasses off and you'll
And
see
look.
the solar corona. So during those 30 seconds or so, that's the only time that it's safe.
You can look at the sun without.
But
yeah.
as soon as you see just the sliver of the sun, you've got to put those back on. Just
Cool.
to protect your eyes. Yeah. So look out for that. You will be able to pick these up at the main desk as well, but I would say if you want to be guaranteed of getting them, get on that reservation list.
Yep.
Yeah, and we'll set the glasses aside for you.
Yep.
Fantastic.
And so that's we're gonna do. You're gonna make some boxes. We're gonna have an event going on that day.
We'll have the NASA live stream of
the NASA live stream
up on our projector.
Maybe some gadgets to play with from Vermont Department of Libraries.
Yeah.
And in Barry Partnership, is that right?
Yep, the Barry Partnership.
The Meltdown, I
Yep.
think, is doing. There are events going around town. So it's going to be busy here. So if you're listening and you're an adult, check in with us and see if we need you to volunteer that day. I do believe we're going to need people directing some traffic.
It's going to be busy.
Where's the NASA? What room is that in? Where's the restroom? All kinds of things. There's going to be some need for a few adults. So if you're listening, and that's a time that sounds like fun to come hang out with us, please do.
Come on down. Yeah,
Come on down. And then I got this on my desk today. Look at this solar eclipse goodie that's happening in Barrie. Ooh, look at that. So that's the dragon eating the sun. These are for sale. I think it's $15.
Who made those?
This is Deirdre, and I should have her card so I know who she is. Let's see.
And I love the iconography there.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, the imagery.
I know.
What?
Such a nice gift.
Is there like any particular meaning behind it?
Oh, there it is. It's Deirdre Michelle, Studio Arts.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Yep, Spa.
Yep.
Right here.
Spa, yep, right here. It's the snake flag, and you can get one. A single flag is $15. It's 8 by 10, as you see here that I'm holding. And it's a celebration. It's called Moon Snake Flag. Commemorative Solar Eclipse Day at Deirdre Michelle Studio Arts.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Lovely.
I loved it. I loved finding that on my desk. So thank you to Deirdre.
Oh, and I see the moon, the phases of the moon too.
I know.
That's
this is
really
a
cool.
really nice little flag.
The phases of the...
Yeah.
Or the sun, I should say, not the moon. The sun.
She did a really great job on this one. I have a couple of other around, but this one's fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so Solar Eclipse Day.
Solar Eclipse Day. Let me see. Oh, yes, of course, we have the writing contest award ceremony coming up. So this past week, we were judging our writing submissions for the award ceremony.
Such a great day.
For the writing contest.
Such a great afternoon.
It was fantastic. I say it every
Everybody
year.
did a great job.
I say it every year. It seems like the caliber of the writing just goes up every single year.
Yeah, they
It was
did a
really
great job.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And really great submissions. So the award ceremony is going to be next Thursday. That is the 28th, I believe. And it's going to be at 6 o'clock p.m. 6 o'clock?
It was
6 o'clock.
Yeah, I think it's 6 p.m. Thursday the 20th. So, it was one of those moments when we were reading those where, like, lots of times people, friends and family, people that don't know me so well, think that's what we do. We sit around and read. That is not what we do. We hardly ever have time for that.
Not on the clock.
Not on the clock. No. We are doing a lot of things other than sitting around and reading. So it's so nice to sit around and read.
It's actually sitting around and read.
And it's so great to read in a room full of people that are reading.
And we judge. I will talk about this at the award ceremony, but we judge all the pieces blind.
Yeah,
so there's
anonymously.
Yep. There's only a number on the submission, and that number is also on the submission form with the name. So all we see is like the number.
Yep, and we don't pick solely.
No,
we read in groups.
So
then we have to come to some consensus.
Yeah. But oftentimes people will have like the same number, and they'll say, "Oh yeah, that was really good." Yeah. So
definitely.
That's how we come to our consensus.
Yeah, 2 out of 3, and then we make the third person read it again and get on our team.
Yeah, and sometimes there are some like big conversations about which one.
Well, because some of it was big writing too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of it was like, where do you think they were going? You know, because they're also kids.
Yeah.
Right? So sometimes you gotta kind of wonder
right.
where they were going with that. You know, it's still being flushed out. Yeah.
But, you know, I think actually we liked the submissions so much that I think we expanded. Like, we offered more prizes than we actually intended to actually offer.
Yeah.
So
at the end, my group was deciding because we thought we could do only 3, but we were allowed to do 4.
Yeah, we said, just add one more in because
so
they're all great. Yeah,
that was done.
So,
Okay, great. That's
and we have wonderful artwork as well. So we have 4 pieces of artwork that also won.
That's
so
great.
yeah.
Yeah. So this Thursday coming up.
This coming Thursday
is the 28th.
Yep.
6 p.m. Milne Room award ceremony.
You got it.
I'm looking forward to that.
Likewise.
Yeah. So the day before, on Wednesday, March 27th, from 5 to 7, we have Roger Hill here for a climate change talk. Everybody seems to know Roger Hill. I'm the new person in town, so I don't know Roger Hill yet. But Roger Hill is coming. He's going to talk about local weather changes, community action, and biggest contributing factors to climate change. He really packed the room last time that he came.
Well, he had great timing right after this Saturday and what's coming tomorrow.
Right. Yeah, there'll be lots to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we're having him back, and he came for Senior Day, which is an afternoon program. And our coworker, Mary Ellen, said he was so good. She wanted more people to be able to come and have access to this. So that's why it's 5 to 7.
People had a lot of questions.
Yeah, and it's just that if you worked, you couldn't come.
Yeah,
like I didn't get to go down. Yeah. Right. You know. So it's 5 to 7 this round, so that hopefully if you work, you can still get here. And you know, and if you're a few minutes late, it's always worth it to come to a library program, right?
Sure.
We know there's not a lot of parking, so we allow a few minutes for parking, and we know people are working and doing, but come. So this is Roger Hill, Wednesday the 27th. Yeah, Roger Hill.
It's gonna be a busy week.
Shocker. I think we probably have more too. We changed the York hours. We restaffed York. We reopened after the reopening. It's like the reopening.
Yep.
And they're Tuesdays and Thursdays 1 to 5. It's having some success over there. I love that. And people go in and they're like, "Oh, this is nice.
It's nice and cozy.
This is nice." And I think it's a great space for a meeting or a small event or a small group that may. So get in touch with us if you're looking for a space like that. We can make something work either here or at York.
Sounds good. Yeah.
I wanted to talk about Ray Bradbury real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I've been thinking of this short story. It's like from my memory banks, and maybe some of you have this. It's called All Summer in a Day. And it's about where it rains every day on Venus, and there's one day that the sun comes out, and it's in all the eclipse talk has been removed.
Does sound like Vermont, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's either Vermont or eclipse or both.
Or at least Vermont during the winter.
So I think Ian and I will get to this and read a piece of this for you. Maybe next week, right? Because we got to do it before. Yeah, let's read a piece of this for that. Oh, look, we can find the whole text there, too. Listen to this. While All Summer in a Day is linked to events occurring around 1954, it is a story that reflects current events, an ever-complicated tale of human understanding and interaction. While All Summer in a Day is a timely piece, it is also a reoccurring one of our society.
Very good.
Yeah, Ray Bradbury. This has haunted me my whole life. I don't know what age I was when I read this, but I think about this story often, and I've been totally thinking about it daily.
Ever since the eclipse.
Or as you said, since the sun went away.
Yeah, since the sun went away. Yeah, there we go.
So I recommend this to people. We'll read a piece of it next week. Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to that. I really love Ray Bradbury.
Do you know what happens here?
No.
Okay, I won't do a spoiler.
But the funny thing is that you started describing it to me, and it does sound a lot like one of his stories in The Illustrated Man as well.
The other one, which is the rain one, right?
Yes,
the long rain.
The long rain.
The long rain, yeah.
And that, some of those stories in that volume, The Illustrated Man, they also haunt me, they're so memorable.
Yeah.
I read it back in high school, and I still remember some of those vividly.
Right?
Yeah.
I know, that's how I felt.
Yeah.
When Frankenstein tea launched, I was doing a short story every day, reading, and I went on a whole Ray Bradbury kick. We had much more, or we felt like we had much more extended copyright laws there.
Well,
I don't know if it
actually,
was true.
people
Some of it
relaxed
was.
a
Yes,
bit,
they were somewhat relaxed. And oh my gosh, we had this big this big Ray Bradbury, and I would just flip through. I couldn't stop. They were so good.
Well,
and some were creepy.
Oh yeah.
Some are creepy.
Yeah, he's good with.
he's good with the creep.
Sci-fi and horror.
And horror,
And with
ghostly and. I'm trying. I know we're thinking of the same one.
And
right
with National Library Week coming up in a couple weeks as well. The one that, of course, comes to my mind is Fahrenheit 451.
Oh, yeah.
So So I think
we could go on a little. We could go on a little Ray Bradbury stroll.
Yeah.
We could stroll through
I was going to say, unfortunately, I mean, Ray Bradbury is always relevant, and Fahrenheit 451 is super relevant right now.
Yeah, so. Even though he's approaching copyright release, right?
He is
1950. Yeah, he's approaching it, but it's still relevant.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that could be a really fun, a fun read for next month for April.
Yeah.
We'll read a little Ray Bradbury.
Yeah, a little Ray Bradbury, a little Greek myths.
Have you ever read The Halloween Tree by Ray Bradbury? It's the only book that he wrote specifically. I believe it's the only book he wrote specifically for kids.
Oh.
And it was fantastic. I remember reading it in 4th or 5th grade. So, but yeah, that was the book that got me into Ray Bradbury.
Yeah.
And from that point on, I read a lot of Ray Bradbury in middle school and in high school.
Right.
So,
I think I might have read this in middle school, but it might have been high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not younger than that. He's definitely an adult writer, and
Yeah, that's why I think this is probably the only. That was Halloween. The Halloween Tree was probably the only one that he wrote specifically for kids.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Well, fantastic.
Yeah, okay, so let's see. I don't have my mental health checklist with me in my pocket. Let's see if we can do it. We like to promote no stigma, no shame around mental health issues or crises. Maybe you are feeling mentally well. Maybe you are feeling somewhat challenged. But we encourage you to talk to a friend, talk to a family member, get help, see your doctor, take your med. Whatever that looks like for you to keep on trucking, please do that. The mental health checklist, I think we can do it. Looks something like this. Have you eaten a good meal? Have you drank enough water? Have you showered and brushed your teeth? Are you thinking kind thoughts about yourself and others?
Have you had enough sleep?
Have you had enough sleep? Have you exercised and moved your body?
Done some yoga down at the library?
Right?
Yeah.
Gotten a sore.
Read a good book?
Read a good book. Talking to talk to a friend or a family member? You can say that more than once. Yeah, we can say that. Yeah, it's totally important. Yeah, it's and just keep moving forward. And again, that's not gonna. We make no claims to solve mental health issues. That is not what our practice is. That is not what our education is in. But we recognize how we're all in this together.
Yes.
We're all in this together. And sometimes that little thing that you did may not seem little to you. Brushing your teeth may feel humongous. Calling your parent may feel humongous.
Having a cheeseburger.
Have a cheeseburger, have a sip of water, take a nap. Those things are a way to get you to further health.
Yeah.
Could get you to your next step.
Nice 15-minute nap.
Yeah, a nice 15-minute nap. You may wake up and say, hey, I can go call my doctor now and check in.
Yeah.
Whatever that looks like. So, again, we come from a no stigma, no shame foundation, and we're in this together.
Yeah.
Which was really, that is full circle. That was really how I started Frankenstein Tea. Like, talking to a camera alone in a 3-story library, like, hello, it's gonna be okay.
Out into the void.
Yeah, it's good. I know it doesn't feel like it's gonna be okay, but it's gonna be okay. And so here we are.
Yes.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Okay.
Well,
anything else? I'm sure there is. There always is.
But
oh my gosh, do I get in trouble for that?
There's
right?
Always next Friday. There's always another
Friday. There's
Frankenstein
our Facebook page. our Facebook page.
Our newsletter is
going to come out. Our website. I could do that. How about this for a closing remark? We're doing save the date announcements for the annual Spring Fling.
That sounds fantastic.
It's the biggest fundraiser the Aldrich Public Library has, and it will be Saturday, May 11th from 6 to 9. We have new food coming, a new band coming.
Yep.
And more. That planning with that subcommittee of the trustees has been going well. We've had a great time, and so there's a save the date for you. Saturday, May 11th.
Sounds good. Put it on your calendar.
Put it on your calendar. Dress to have a ball.
Sounds very good. Yeah. Well, until next Friday, stay safe.
Stay safe.
And keep reading.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming.